Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of my tutorial in package development for PHP. Last time we are here, we discussed composer.json file, everything about it, at least the things that would be requiring for this tutorial. And in this new episode, we'll be talking about the readme file I said I was going to fill out is actually mostly kind of discussing the low level system design, right? We're not going to, I mean, this is not a system design course. It's not a low level system design course. So we're not going to be actually like fully scoping out, the actors and designing the system using OOP. No, we're not going to do that. But I would kind of just instantiate the classes and what they would look like. And in the README file here, just for you to get an idea of what we're trying to build before we start building. But before then, I've not actually pushed this work to GitHub up till this point. So um, time to push. We have git ignore. So these are the three files. So I just type git status, just to see what is what, and so we're going to add this. So we're going to say git. We're going to add the untracked files. .git ignore composer.json and composer.log file. So it's going to be git add. The full stop would be to add all the files, so if you do git status again, everything should be green. As you can see, everything is added. And I don't think so. What I'm going to do now is head over to my GitHub and create a repository, and push this to Git, at least to start out with. And at any given time you want, you can always like come look for this specific branch and pull. So I'm going to also link this to the video in the description below. So sign in. Am I signed out? Okay, looks like I'm signed out. Okay, I'm in. So new repository. This is going to be public. So let's say block package. Yeah, so a simple block package in PHP for the purpose of learning. Yeah, add readme file, no, public, create repository. Okay, so we are going to now be adding this into, I just copied this, so we're going to be adding it into our remote repository. So git remote add. Okay, so see the usage, git remote add origin, where the options are add origin. Then so git remote v to check what is, so this is the current repository, right? So we can actually now push this code, everything here aside obviously the things in git ignore, which is going to be ignored by git, the id folder and the vendor folder. This is not needed. You can always run composer install to have that on your local machine, right? So git push origin option. So git push origin master. You can actually set the option if you want for push some reps to Okay, so I think you need to commit. We haven't done that. Git commit, and the commit message would be, you know, maybe project setup. Project setup. Yep, committed. See everything that we added to Git here, and then Git push origin. I think it's main noun, not master. Still, and so I had to pause the video. So I tried out this git push origin. It didn't work, so I had to, like, set the upstream that we talked about just using this command literally, and then it works. So if you look at my git status now, you should see nothing to commit, working tree clean. And then if you come to the repository here, you should be able to see the files. Yeah, so you can see the readme file, composer.json file, all the things we've been doing since. And then we're going to, continue from there. So now, filling out the readme file, I think what we need to do would be, I think the first thing would be to just define what the package is. So we'd say, can say blog post package, whatever, really. Yeah, so that is the name of the package, standard readme file. The description, we could say, okay, I think I used a simple blog post package in PHP. Installation would be, we're still going to like host this later on, not now though. Composer require, I think the command is bash, and then just so it looks okay. Then we have composer require echo post blog post. So by the time we are done building and we've hosted this somewhere, we would always be able to use composer require echo blog post to pull it into any project that we're working on and use it. So that's the point of this, the installation. So we have the usage. Here we're just going to be defining what classes would call what, and how we are going to, the low-level system design that I've talked about. But this is not a low-level system design course, so obviously you shouldn't worry about how optimized maybe the code is or how structured the code is. Like, that is not the focus of this course, but I'm going to try as much as possible to make things clean and easy to extend, the OOP concepts, as you know. And yeah, so to start out, the first thing would be to define the blog class, right? So we have a class blog, and it's going to be blog get instance. So this blog class would be a singleton class. It's not going to be a normal class that can be called more than once. So it's going to be a single class. That's because, I mean, you can't have multiple blogs, right? Like, it can only be one blog. For instance, if we're using Linda Ikeji's blog, for instance, she has only one blog. She cannot post on multiple blogs, or literally post on her blog multiple times, right? So we cannot instantiate the object of this, the instance of this class, the object of this class more than once at a time in memory. So that is that is what a singleton class is. It's a design pattern actually. So like it's a creational design pattern. If you want to look that up, you can look that up at your own time. This is not, I would say, this is not a beginner's course. So and you also don't have to know what a singleton class is to be able to follow this course, but I have to explain these things, and then in your free time look it up, right? And if you don't know what it is, if you don't know these things, if you don't understand these concepts, these OOP concepts, it's totally fine as well. Like the most important thing is to learn how to develop package in PHP. So the code, can be different. So um yeah, so we have the blog get instance, and then we can make an array, say post array. If we want to create a post, we can have an array of posts. I said we're going to be using arrays. We could use hash map, like something like associative array in PHP that has key, but it's not hash map. But we could also even try to implement hash map, like actual hash map in PHP. I don't think PHP have a native hash map function. We could actually try to implement that and use that, but that would be going out of scope. That is not the point of this tutorial. Like there's no point of doing those. So we're going to just use array. It is not the most efficient data structure for this, obviously. Like it's not the best choice for this, but that is not the point. The point is to learn how to develop package in PHP. So we have ID, just the ID of the log. I'm running against time, so I'm going to try to be as fast as I can. And we have the title. Can say blog title. Blog title. We have the image. So the image will be the path, a path to an image. So let's say file part image dot jpeg, for instance. We have the body, blog body. We have the author, author of the post, could say Linda Ikeji, right? All right, and okay, we're going to have hidden. So sometimes you might actually make a post and not want to publish it, right? So the hidden here will be false, means that the post is published. Some other times you might make a post and want to publish it. In that case, the hidden will be true, which is 1, meaning that the post is, hidden actually, or not want to publish it, right? So the comments would be an array, right? An array of comments. So it can be multiple comments. So I'm just going to leave that as it is, and then would have blog add post as one function. Post array, and that is 1. Then we can get the post as well. So we're going to have the same blog instance, of course, get posts. I think we'll be passing, okay, to get posts, that is to get every single post in the blog. Like if you want to check out every single thing, we're going to be having the offset and the limit as 2 parameters that these functions will take. That this function will take offset and limit. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get the entire, what if there are 1 million posts, right? So you have to break it down into parts. So I can get the first post to the first 100 posts, so I can get the 100 post, or the 101 post to the 200th post, right? And then that way it's called pagination, but yeah. Blog get a single post should be a function. I think I have it here, and then you're passing the post ID. Yep, we're going to pass the post ID. and then blog, edit post.